All right, folks, good morning. Here we go. Look, I put up a 2-hour video last night and I let it fly for a while and I started watching it and I have so much data. There's data that got left out because I was just so overwhelmed with what it is and wanting to get it out that that I literally it was almost too much for me. So I pulled it because when I deliver it, I want the delivery to be the best delivery I can give, the most organized data that I can give you. I want it to be like that. I want it to be the most organized I can give you. I want it to be the best delivery I can possibly give to you. I was watching it last night and I'm like, oh, you didn't do this or you did this wrong. And I was just like, ah. And so let me show you something that's happened today. Because the video I showed y'all last night, and I'll go ahead and I'll drop the bomb right now. This is what happened. Let me show you. This is what the Lord showed me yesterday. Y'all know the kelipot is the shell or the host body, and the Statue of Liberty stands on top of the host body. She's holding a penis in her hand, and the flame is the imprisoned lightning, and she's standing in front of what was the Twin Towers. And the Twin Towers burned and they replaced it with the One World Freedom Tower. Well, watch this. This is what the Lord showed me yesterday. I freaked out. I was like, oh my God, this is insane. So here we go. The Statue of Liberty has a spiral staircase all the way to the top. So and this just goes even deeper. It's like, oh my gosh, the mystery of everything is solved now. So yesterday I was so excited just to deliver this stuff. I was like, I literally was short circuiting. I mean, it was, sorry, it was too much data. It was complete data overload. It was a complete data overload. I almost couldn't process it. So let me just tell you real quick what I'm going to do. You know that 3-hour video I did with the 5-hour video? I'm going to have to organize this stuff in a way that's perfect on delivery because everything is solved. I'm not kidding. Everything. Genesis is solved. I busted. When I say I busted, let me back up. The Lord used me to show you their system. Jewish Kabbalah, which is Jewish esoteric teaching, it's busted. The Vatican is busted. The Mayan culture, the Aztec culture, the Chinese culture, the origins of all things and all those things I just mentioned, done. The Lord showed it all to me last night. I was like, you've shown me the mystery of everything now. I told you a long time ago, he told me I'm going to use you to solve the riddle of ages, and I didn't know what it meant. And even though he keeps doling out information, I had no idea it was going to go to this. This is insane. So anyway, here we go. Look, let me show you something. See the Statue of Liberty? You can only see the chains from above because she's on top of that big pedestal. Look what's in her. The whole damn thing is DNA. Look at that. So here is, I'm going to just enlarge this so you can see it. So you have the Queen of Heaven, and this is a representation of the fall of all the angels. Just like the Catholic Church worships the Virgin Mother Goddess, the Virgin. Turn it upside down, it's dead sheep, the Virgin. Well, this is Jewish Kabbalah right here. And this is, you know, this is the representation of the host body system. And this is on top of a hendecagram, which is a kelipot, which is the metaphorical shell of your body. So that 11-pointed star is your body. It's a representation of your body. Well, what's standing on top of it? The mother of exiles. Oh, well, we're all exiles. The Bible says live out your life as exiles. And there's the mother of exiles, the mother of all you, so it represents Eve, standing on top of the kelipot. And it's called the Statue of Liberty, which is Eleutheria, which means licentious or legitimate freedom. Well, obviously it's licentious. She's standing on top of the host body system because your legitimate freedom's only in Christ, not licentious. So she's standing on top of the kelipot, your host body. She's holding a penis in her hand. The flame on the torch is the imprisoned lightning. And there's DNA going all the way from the top down to the kelipot. Just stop and think about that. Just stop. And from the profile view, so here it is. There's the Queen of Heaven with the imprisoned lightning, with the penis, DNA going all the way down, and there's the host body system. I don't know if you guys understand the gravity of what I just showed you. I just showed you the greatest mystery on the planet. This is the origin of humanity. This is where we came from, imprisoned lightning, which is us. We all were led astray from heaven. It's in Ezekiel. I'll show it to you. I can show it to you in Ezekiel 28, Isaiah 14. The Lord told me I'm going to use you to solve this riddle a long time ago. I put that out publicly for years. Wow, what are the odds? Here I am solving this, you know. It's overwhelming to be a human being getting to see all this and understand it. So anyway, so there's the Queen of Heaven. She's standing on top of the pedestal. She's got a chain on her foot. That chain represents freedom from what they called slavery in heaven. They wanted out. They wanted host bodies. So it represents leaving, and then it represents the chain to the kelipot. So all that energy that came through that penis is chained to her system. And she's the mother of exiles. And if you don't get converted before you die, you end up as food for a locust in the pit. And that's why, let's see what's going on. And that's why, this is got to be delivered in a completely calm, rational, bullet point presentation, not Jonathan all over the place freaking out, because yesterday I was all over the place freaking out because this is something this is huge. This is the biggest discovery ever. I mean, it's unbelievable. Oh man, hang on, let me see. This thing's not. There we go. Okay, so anyway, so that's why, it's got the Statue of Liberty holding a bug, the mother of exiles, because that's why it was the forbidden fruit. Because when you die and you don't get converted, you end up being food for a system down below, beneath. Okay, so let me show you what was given to me yesterday, and I'm going to organize it for you. There's the kelipot surrounded by that serpent. See those two serpents? See it? Okay, you see the two serpents right here? They make a face. This is no different than the Pink Floyd album. It's a profile and a profile of a serpent, but that's an eye. That's an eye. That's the mouth. And it's wearing a crown. And what that represents is the Sitra Akra, the other side, the evil or impure spiritual forces. It's evil darkness of the other side. So the Sitra Akra is the spiritual forces from the other side, and they're made manifest by this serpent that's facing opposite directions. Remember what the Bible said? Angels that sinned were cast into chains of everlasting darkness. What do you think that represents? Those are your chains of everlasting darkness. The kelipot, which is your body, surrounded by darkness, the Sitra Akra. Okay, what's really fascinating is the Lord took me and told me to look up double-headed bracelets, and I was like, oh wow, look. So I went and got double-headed serpent bracelets. There's one from ancient Egypt. That's an ancient Egyptian double-headed serpent bracelet. So your body is that 11-pointed star. So if you put that bracelet on your wrist, if you put this bracelet on your wrist, you just put it on top of the kelipot. Do you get it? Because you are that 11-pointed star. That's you. You're in the center of it. Watch. Let me show you. You're the angel that's in the center of that 11-pointed star. And you're being transmuted Yeah, this thing's moving really slow. So anyway, so that's you. You're that angel that's in the middle of this 11 pointed star, which is called the Kelipot. Okay, and it's a shell. It's a peel husker shell uh, that is inherently evil, and it's called the shells of the dead. That's why Jesus said, "Arise, O sleeper, wake up from the dead," because you're in a shell that literally is the dead. See, there it is. There's you. Right in there. Now let me just switch gears and I want to show you something before I do this next video because I've got to organize. It's going to take me all day to organize this. This is just, it's unbelievable. Let me show you something that popped up. So I'm sitting here just doing my homework and the Lord told me like look up, watch. Let me tell you what, I'll show you what I looked up. I looked up Aztec two-headed eagle. Okay. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So wait a minute. So that has this double-headed eagle from all over the world. I mean, this thing's everywhere. This is the Russian flag. It's Donald Trump's. Look at this. This is Hittite. Watch this. Double-headed eagle of Lagash. It's ancient Hittite. Wow. Did y'all know that, did y'all know that the flag of Russia with the double-headed eagle, at Vladimir Putin, did you know that Donald Trump's got the same logo? Did you know it goes all the way back to ancient Egypt? I'm like, what? And so the Lord just keeps pouring out more data than I can handle. It's like now I've got to categorize all that and put it off to the side. So watch this. So here is the double-headed eagle, Aztec. Look, Aztec two-headed eagle. So you find it over here. Here's a tattoo of it. And then as you start colonial Mexico, there you go. There's the double-headed eagle. And it's like, oh wow, like there's like the Russian thing and there's Hittite. And it's like, oh my gosh, this thing goes back to ancient cultures. And then get ready. I was like, wait a minute, what the hell? Look at this. That's the double-headed eagle with the Freemason symbol, like Donald Trump. And look what it says under it, INRI. Do y'all know what that is? That's here's Jesus, King of the Jews. Better stop for a sec. They're pretending to be God. Do you understand? Just like the guy in the Catholic Church is singing, oh, Lucifer, Christus, Filius Tuus. They're that deceived. They think they've got the secret formula to Coca-Cola and that Lucifer is, or Jesus is Lucifer's son. They believe that. Look at this. INRI. INRI. Jesus Nazarenus Rex Ludeorum. So it means Jesus Nazareth, King of the Jews. Okay, so now watch this search. Watch this. So I like double-headed bat in Kabbalah because when I was reading about the Kabbalah, which is the Jewish mysticism, which is what's hiding all this stuff in plain sight, when I started reading about that, watch what popped up. I was like, oh, what is all this? I'm like, oh, crap, look at this. Double-headed eagle, the end product of the magnum opus. And so let's click on that. And that took me, I think, to Pinterest. Yeah. And so then when it took me to Pinterest, I was like, wow, wait a minute. Double-headed eagle is the demon of called Mammon Ra. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Typed in Mammon Ra right here, Mammon Ra. Oh, double-headed Egyptian god. And it's and then the New Testament says you can't serve God and mammon. And mammon doesn't mean money. Everybody thinks it means just money. It's anything associated with the acquisition of wealth. You can't serve God and another God that is, all about the acquisition of wealth. Oh, does that sound like the Christian prosperity doctrine? Holy crap. So all this stuff is just exploded in my face. I can't keep track. I've got 20 videos to do all of a sudden. I'm like, so anyway, I'm just going to give you this part real quick. And I'm just going to show you this morning. I'm like, I can't keep up with all this. So no one can serve two masters. Either he will hate one and love the other. Watch. Okay, y'all know the number one Jonathan Kleck thing is this. Right side up and upside down. That's your enemy system. The system of the enemy. That's why Jesus was crucified right side up. Peter was crucified upside down. That's why they get you in a host body and they transmute you. You got turned upside down. An angel got caught in a snare. That's what the Bible says. It's like 2 Timothy 2. He in Peradventure God will give them repentance unto the acknowledgement of the truth, and they may recover themselves out of the snare of the devil, the snare of the devil, the snare of the devil, who is able to take them captive at his will. So, so let me show you the God and Mammon thing. So here we go. So, and okay, look at this. This is something that I got going too. Look, here's the the Kelopodic tree consists of 10 spheres in opposition to the Sephirot, the tree of life. These are also referred to as the evil twins. They are also evil demons of matter and the shells of the dead. I'll populate that in a minute. But watch this. Okay, so here we go. No man can serve two masters. Think of a double-headed eagle. For either he will hate one and love the other, or else he will hold to one. Look at this. Hold oneself opposite to, there it is again. Hold to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. Confidence, that is figuratively wealth personified. Mammonos, that is avarice deified. Let's look up, make sure we know what avarice means. Oops. No. Make sure we know what avarice means. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave y'all with this right now because I can't just, do, you know, 20 videos in a row without. Okay, there it goes. It's, greediness, cupidity, covetousness. There it is, covetousness. Materialism. Like Madonna, I'm a material girl. Because the material realm that you're in, this realm of matter, is the evil realm. This realm of matter, I'll say it again, is the evil realm. The spiritual world is where we were safe. Now that we're in here, we're unbelievable. So anyway, so there it is. This is just from this morning again. So I was checking all my definitions, making sure I have everything correct, and I just ran across what the hell, a double-headed eagle with INRI. Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. So that means that these guys, this double-headed eagle system, it comes from the Kelopot. I was like, whoa, that's how I got there because it said one like Themule, the goddess of duality. Sometimes one of these gods and goddesses are represented by a double-headed bat, and I'm like, a double-headed bat, wow. And so I typed that into, to go for my look, and that's like, look, see, double-headed bat in Kabbalah. And so this is where it ended up. It's like, oh, wow, I've seen all this stuff. These are transmutation circles. Wow. These are the same things that the girls with the tattoos with the cicadas and locusts and moths on them. Those are the same tattoos they have. And I'm like, oh my gosh, check this out. So here's, this is look, see the Vedic star, that is a demonic thing because when you understand what it really is, here, let me show you. When you understand what that really is, that thing's going to have to buffer for a while. It's moving really slow. I'm going to have to reboot everything. When you understand what that really is, let's see. Let's see. Oh, there it went. Okay, so watch. So let me show you what's in the middle of this Kelopot. Remember, look. Okay, everyone calls this the Star of David. No, it's a hexagram. Where do you think the word hex comes from, like in witchcraft? They're going to put a hex on you. It also goes down to the pit because the star represents like a wasp nest that's made in a hexagram because what's hatching in the pit. I mean, this is unbelievable stuff, guys. This is just insane. It's off the hook. I mean, it's like the mystery of everything. So, solving this mystery of everything required the Lord leading somebody to all this data. And that's why I never know where we're going, but he always takes me where he wants me to go. And this morning, this was the result from this morning. This, this, the Kabbalah, and here's the double-headed phoenix in Kabbalah. Look right here. Double-headed phoenix, the end product, the magnus opus, because that represents the host body system. Cleanse your heart, you double-minded. Okay, and then boom, and that ended up here. Two-headed eagle is the demon. Look, so here's the same. This has nothing to do with this. This had nothing to do with it. This is another search. Look, and this is the two-headed eagle is the demon called Mammon Ra. And I'm like, what? And so then it goes back to ancient Egypt and the all-seeing eye. And so look, so then I do Mammon Ra, Google search, showing results from Mammon Ra. And then it tells you about Mammon in the New Testament. And here's Mammon Ra, Mammon Ra. Uh-huh. So now we know, we've been so kept in the dark, but the Bible says in the end, everything that's secret will be made public. Okay, that's why when I see this stuff, Mammon Ra, I go straight back to the Bible. No man can serve two masters. Think of a double-headed eagle. Remember, everlasting chains of darkness are opposing forward and backwards ligaments of the body. He will either hate one and love the other, or he will hold to one to hold oneself opposite to the other and despise to one and despise to think against, disesteem, despise the other. You cannot serve God in its supreme divinity, theos, and mammon. Confidence, that is figuratively wealth personified. See, and so when you think of it in those terms, wealth personified, that's like you took this angel and you're trying to value it by what it has in this dimension. Do you understand? This is so huge. It's like processing all this is overwhelming for any human being. And the Lord just keeps dumping on me more and more information. But by virtue of the fact that he showed me that the Statue of freaking liberty, it's a bunch of angels that wanted liberty from heaven. That's what it is. And they're given that. That's why it says in the children of, Romans 8, and the creature itself, which is us, shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of God. Okay, we'll just go back the other direction. Angels, children of God, when you back engineer it, they all have eleutheria. That's why angels that sinned were cast into chains of darkness, and angels that left their own estate, abandoned their own abode, and went after strange flesh, he is kept in everlasting forward and backwards chains of darkness, ligaments of the body. That's your host body. So they can all, as long as there's a host body system, they have a place to occupy. The Sitra Akra, the darkness from the other side. They have a place to occupy, which is the human host body system, and they share it in tandem with that spark of life that's trapped within it. Do you understand? And so, and then they transmute it, and when you die, if you don't get converted, you go to hell. That's all there is to it, man. This is the greatest mystery ever solved, folks. I didn't solve it. I was breadcrumb led to everything. And so one of the definitive nails in the coffin for everybody was the Statue of Liberty thing. This just did it. The imprisoned lightning, there it is. That's all of us. Jesus said, I'll baptize you with the Holy Spirit and with fire, which is lightning. There's the fire. It's lightning. And then it's coming through. This is the angel. There you go, angel. You go, and you got shot out. You ended up in a cannibalistic system. When when this rotates 180 degrees, Cain is Abel. And then so they're saying they've done it. That's why they burned the Twin Towers. That's what that represents. We burned it up. And so it's made its full 180. Cain is Abel now. And then good is bad, bad is good. And then they put the One World Freedom Tower in its place because they burned up what they wanted. Now they only got the one. That's why the Sitra Akra books, it has two serpents up top and one at the bottom, same as like the Twin Towers, which is the hendecagram right here, the two, and then the two, triangle, triangle, turning into one. That's why the Statue of Liberty is sitting on top of that thing right there, and she's facing this direction where the one is, because you go this way and you go this way, and the two become one. Boom. And then she's waiting for the sun to rise. The sun, and she's looking towards the sunrise every morning. So when the sun rises, it's metaphorical of watching Apollyon come up out of the pit with all his children. I mean, I don't understand it. I don't know if y'all understand how big this is. This is the mystery of everything solved, everything. And so in the video I did yesterday, I said, look, let me just show you how simple this is. This is all cultures. Okay, this is everything. Okay, this is Celtic. This is the Hormoxen or whatever it is. Or Moxen. Okay, look at her crotch. Okay, you see the Celtic symbol? It's also triple helix DNA, and it's also a face. It's no different than Rihanna right there. It's no different. Okay, and this whole thing, when you look at it, when you have the ability to see, you'll see this is a jaguar face. There's the eye. There's the ear. Watch this. There's the ear right there. There's the ear right there. This is the nose coming down. There's the top lip of the jaguar. There the whiskers are. And I don't want to do it too big because it's easier to see when it's small. There the whiskers are going out on her shoulders. And this is the tongue, open mouth. And then look right here, this is the bottom jaw. So that's really like like a large cat. That's why, like, this girl has this tattoo that's this big cat on her face too. I mean, it's a big cat with open mouth, but you turn it upside down and it's death. It's death wearing a crown. There's the eye, there's the eye, there's a mouth, and it's wearing a crown. And then underneath it is the bug, and I'll crop it. There's the bug, eye, mandibles, because he goes to the pit. And so then we go to every culture. Look, every culture is the same thing. So look, here you have the human host body surrounded by the Citra Acra, which makes that. Let me show you the face it makes. Let me just do this real quick. And then I'm going to repackage all this stuff for you. Okay, rats. The Citra Acra is the darkness from the other side, the evil or impure spiritual forces from the other side. Let's see if I can get this thing to go back. I'm trying to move kind of fast. I don't want to take up all y'all's time this morning. And I just want to make this a real quick video. Come on, buffer, buffer, buffer. See, so this is the 2-hour video. I put a hold on. And I'm going to hold it until I get this information produced perfectly. Okay, so look, you see these two, this is no different than, the Pink Floyd album where it's two profiles making one face. Okay, so it comes around and it really makes one face as well. So here, look, you come around here, look, there's the eye, there's the eye, there's the mouth. This is a face. It's the face of spiritual darkness. There's the eye, there's the eye, there's the mouth, and it's wearing a crown. The Book of Citra Acra. And it's the face of this is the face right here of the spiritual darkness that surrounds the host body system. And so what I did was I just made it a little bigger right here. The eye, the mouth, and it's wearing a crown. That's to give darkness a face. There's the Statue of Liberty. She's got a chain on her foot. That represents leaving heaven and then chaining all of us to the host body system. There's proof. The whole Statue of Liberty's penis in her hand, and then this is DNA all the way down to the top. From the top all the way down to the bottom. And what do we have right here? We have she's on top of the Kelipot, the host body system. And then the most important things you can know about this whole thing is this. Let me read this to you. These two definitions are critical right here. Kelipot and Citra Acra. Kelipot, the host body, or shell. Watch. Okay, so the Kelipot, it literally means peel, shell, or husk from Kelipot. They are representations of evil or impure spiritual forces in Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah. They are the polar opposites of the Sephirah, which is the emanations of God. This realm of evil is known as Sitra Achra, the other side opposite, holiness. So the Kelipot, which is your host body, it means a shell that is connected with a realm of evil called the Sitra Achra, which is darkness from the other side. So here it is. Now watch. And it's governed by duality. That's why there's these two serpents that are facing opposite directions, yet they come around to make one face, because it's ruled over by duality, the good you and the bad you. You get that is the realm that you're trapped in. There's tree of knowledge of good and evil, opposites, good and evil coming around. That's a tree that you're caught in. Okay, watch. In Jewish Kabbalistic cosmology, and let me say this very quickly. Anyone that thinks I'm teaching Kabbalah, you're insane. I'm as wise as a serpent. I know how to look at their stuff and use it against them. I am destroying the Kabbalah right now as a false religious teaching. I am using Christianity, the indwelling spirit of the Holy Spirit, to shine light on this darkness and show you what it is. So anyone that says otherwise, you're delusional. In Jewish Kabbalistic cosmology, the Kelipot are metaphorical shells surrounding holiness. See, the enemy the enemy knows what the hell's going on. They're the ones that captured all you angels that are trapped. So they put this stuff everywhere because you're in their world and they're making fun of you. Okay, so the Kelipot are metaphorical shells surrounding holiness. They are spiritual obstacles receiving their existence from God only in external rather than internal manner. Divinity in Judaism connotes revelation of God's true unity, while the Kelipots, the shells, conceal holiness, the same as a peel conceals the fruit within. You can tell every tree by its fruit. They are therefore synonymous with idolatry. Look right there. They are therefore synonymous with idolatry. Okay, I'm just going to quote Genesis 1. Let us create man in our representative figure, especially an idol. Elohim said, God's angels and magistrates said, let us create man in our representative figure, especially an idol. So the creation of man in Genesis 1:27, which I've shown you 100 times, I told you it's not the Lord God, it's them. Let us create man in our vain show, representative figure, especially an idol. Here it is. They are synonymous with idolatry. So I just showed you that the Jewish Kabbalah, the host body system, they know it's synonymous with idolatry. There it is. They know it. They are therefore synonymous with idolatry. What? The Kelipots are the host body that conceals holiness. The root of impurity through ascribing false dualism, good and evil, in the divine, and with the Sitra Achra, the other side, the perceived realm opposite to holiness. The Shekinah, which is the dwelling place, is separated in creation from the Sephirah, the emanations of God, by man's sin, while divinity is exiled. Read this for yourself. Divinity. Because y'all were all gods. The Bible says, Jesus said, do not your own scriptures say you are gods. So we're divine, but we're trapped in host bodies. Then you read Psalm 82. Psalm 82 says, you are gods, you are all children of the Most High, but you shall die like men. So see, divinity is exiled in the Kelipot. That's why the Bible says you live out your life as exiles. So divinity is exiled in the Kelipot from prior initial catastrophe and creation. This causes sparks of holiness to be exiled in the Kelipot. Okay, well, isn't that perfect that the statue of Eleutheria is standing on top of a Kelipot with a penis and DNA going all the way to the bum? I mean, you got to be freaking joking me, right? I mean, you're kidding. I'm not kidding. I just showed it to you. That's why yesterday I was just like, just trying to deal with all this. The Lord just opened the floodgate to me, and I'm like, oh my Lord. Everything in the Bible's true. The Bible's true, everything else is a lie. I'll say it again. The Bible's true, and for those of us that have received this ability to see, hear, and understand, You're the most blessed people that have ever walked this planet. Blessed are your eyes, for your eyes see. Many prophets and kings have desired to see what you can see and could not see it. Blessed are your eyes, for your eyes see. Okay, so here it is. So I'm proving it out. There it is. You see, that's why this, look, this is this. They took, I'm going to slide this over here. They took that snake, see it? That snake skin. You're looking at your body right there. That's your body. That represents the Kelopot, the host body system, everlasting chains of darkness. And if you don't get born of the Spirit while you're in those chains of darkness, you go to hell. Why do you think they have Baphomet? Look, that's Baphomet. Look, see the opposing chains coming out of darkness? Look, coming, the energy coming right out of the middle. Those are serpents facing opposite directions. And then they're coming together. And look at the energy coming out of the Kelopot. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. Kelopot. Told you. Okay, so there's the system. The system's been exposed. The Lord let me do it. And it's all these different cultures now. I told you, this is Celtic. She's got the two snakes, the opposing snakes. No different than Rihanna. Here's the Catholic Church. Look, there's the double-headed phoenix. It's also entrance to the vagina, female reproductive system. One head, one head. Here's the head of the serpent ruling over the two twin DNAs. Watch. I'll just do it right here. There you go. So here's the head of the serpent. There it is, ruling over the twin DNAs. So I just showed you Celtic, Catholic. They're the same. Okay, so Celtic and Catholic are the same now. It's the same as the Jewish Kabbalah. Let me show you here. Let me show you Aztec. Here's the Mayan calendar. What's in the middle? A guy with his tongue sticking out. How many times have I shown you that? The guy with the tongue sticking out. They're mocking the dead sheep. Let me show you this one. So we'll take the bottom half of this Mayan calendar and I'll just color it in so you can see what's going on. It's the same thing as the Citra Akra. It's identical. So the Mayan calendar now is the same as Jewish Kabbalah. I'm going to prove it right now. Watch. I'll just do it real quick. I'm just going to race through this real quick and give this to you, and then I'm going to repackage it. So right here, what you're looking at, and I'll just, there. It's when it enlarges, when it's, there it goes. It'll get more clear. Okay, so here you go. Here's the Citra Akra again. Coming around in a circle. There's the eye of the serpent. The mouth of the serpent is open. There's a human in it. Here's the serpent coming, the opposing chains of darkness. The two profiles, when you get back far enough, it makes one face of the devil. And the two flow together as one. So now I just proved that the Mayan calendar is identical to Jewish Kabbalah. Aztec, same. Chinese origin of man, yin yang, same. I went through these. I'm like, oh my gosh, the Lord just delivered to me the knowledge of everything, understanding everything in the world. There it is. Okay, so see, there you go. There's another one. See, the two serpents coming around. They got humans in it. And when you stand back from this, I've drawn it in. This makes the horns of the devil, and it makes a bug when you turn it upside down. Then the Lord told me, okay, look at jewelry. This is an ancient Egyptian bracelet. Look, oh, wow, there you go. So when you put this on your body, you are that 11-pointed star. You just put the Citra Akra on your body. There it is. So everyone thinks those are really great. Watch, let me show you how popular these things are. Let me just show you how popular these things are. Google image. Okay. Double-headed snake serpent bracelet. There you go. Look at this. Look at this. So everyone's putting these on their wrists. There, look. There's ancient Greek. Okay, I got an Egyptian one. There's ancient Greek. I got them from all cultures, guys. They're from all cultures. And they serpent. See, look, there's double-headed Aztec serpent. Let's go here, right here. Let me see, right here. Okay, let me go. Watch this. Look what this search is. Let me show you what this search is. This is Aztec two-headed eagle. So you have the double-headed eagle from different cultures, colonial Mexico. You have it from ancient Hittites right here. You have it. Oh, look what's in here. I mean, seriously, look. You know what? This isn't going to drag the same. You see that double-headed eagle? That's no different than this right here. It's all the same. This this is the same. I'm going to just go down there. This is the same as that. It is no different. And look what's in the middle. You see the all seen eye right in the middle? Okay, that now watch. So that's what all this is now. Now we understand all of it. This is no different than the double-headed eagle. So now watch this. This is going to be really disturbing. Okay, so the Citra Akra is the realm of darkness from the other side, right? So that literally is the opening of the all-seeing eye. And how did that happen? I told you, the Garden of Eden, it was sex, the forbidden fruit. Okay, watch. Watch this. Okay, this is going to be really disturbing. Who knows who H.R. Geiger is? The guy that did all the costume stuff, for the aliens. He made the xenomorphs in the alien movies, right? Okay, so check this out. Watch this. By the way, just so you know, H.R. Geiger, if you go do any research on the guy, he was really big, tight buddies with Debbie Harry. I don't know if you ever saw the videos I did on Debbie Harry and on the occult stuff, where she's eating a cake of herself at one of these Hollywood parties. People are all eating a cake that's her. Think about it. You're eating your own doppelganger. That's why they do it. They're consuming their other half. That's what they're doing. Now we know what they're doing. Okay, so H.R. Geiger and Debbie Harry were tight. They were both into the occult, big time. Geiger wanted to know the origin of all this. He wanted to know what the other side was. And that's where he came up with all this stuff from, the alien movies, the xenomorphs and all that stuff, like the locust and the pit. Okay, watch this. This is H.R. Geiger art right here. Let me show you something. Look, here's this girl right here. Look, it's an upside down pentagram and a right side up pentagram. That's exactly the system. And look, and you have this androgynous Baphomet. But look at this. Okay, and she's being impregnated. Okay, you see this right here? Let me show you something. I didn't see this till 2 nights ago. I was like, oh my Lord, this is unbelievable. Okay, here we go. You see the all-seeing eye? This is the opening of the all-seeing eye right here. You see that? And I'm gonna enlarge it, and I want you to take your thumb and put it on the screen and cover up that eye. Do y'all know what you're looking at right here? What's that shaft going in there? I know exactly what that is. That is just cleverly put in front of your face. Yeah, there it is. That's the opening of the Citra Akra, the realm of the other side. That's what gave that darkness the end. They tricked God's angels into sex, lascivious, licentious freedom. There it is. So anyway, again, the Statue of Liberty, Eleutheria, is standing on top of a Kelipot, the host body system that means the shells of the dead. It literally means the Kelipot. The statue of Eleutheria is on top of the shells of the dead holding the penis with the imprisoned lining. Word. Freak out. I'm just like, oh my gosh. All right. So now all these other cultures have been proven out. Let me show you. Remember everlasting chains of darkness? What are the chains of darkness? Your Kelipot. That's why it's got Statue of Liberty with a chain on top of it. Okay, it's forward and backwards, chains of darkness. Aztec or Mayan, same. Here's ancient Chinese, same. Opposing heads of serpents. Here's Indian upper arm bracelet. Here you go, same. Here's Victorian. Here's Egyptian. Here's modern day. Here's vintage. It's all the same. So you take Marilyn Manson with his tongue sticking out and one eye open. That's why, because they're mocking the dead sheep. Here's a demon from a tattoo guy in San Antonio. What's the difference between him and Marilyn Manson? The answer is nothing. Here's a serpent, Quetzalcoatl, and it's eating a guy and he's head down. What's the difference between that and the hieroglyph of Akhenaten? When you take the kid from Akhenaten right here, that Akhenaten's holding, there's a dead sheep in the kid's head, and Akhenaten has the kid right up next to his face, like he's taking his breath away. But when you turn this whole image upside down, like if I take it over here and I turn it upside down, the sheep is upside down now and he's eating his kid. Here's the open mouth right here, eye. Okay, here's, sorry, just switch. There's the sheep, eye, nostril, tongue sticking out, bottom jaw. And then we're going to take this and we're going to turn it upside down. I colored it in this way for your perception. So this becomes the snake. It's like a human-like snake. So there he is. Look, eye, nose, open mouth, and he's eating his own kid. This is ancient Egypt. Akhenaten and Nefertiti. Tell me what's the difference between these two right here. The answer's nothing. There is no difference. They're doing the same darn thing. Okay, here's the Vatican. There's a spiral DNA staircase in the Vatican. At the bottom, look, there's a phallic symbol right here. I'm not going to enlarge it because it'll take too long to buffer. There's a phallic symbol. Look at the window up top. 8-pointed star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Star of Lucifer. DNA. Oh my gosh. Here you go. I'm going to enlarge this one because you got to see the just how profound what you're looking at is. This is the mystery of all things solved. Okay, there's the altar in the Catholic Church. You see the big gold sheep? It's a penis shooting its seed into a vagina. That's the spirit of Elohim moving over the semen, going down the sides of it. When you turn it upside down, it's a vagina, the female reproductive system. Mystery solved. That's what they worship. That's where all the food comes from. So there it is. That is completely and utterly solved. Yep. I was going to go over it, waiting for it to buffer. So then let me show you what, okay, see this guy eating his kid that's a dead sheep that's upside down. I went to get coffee the other day and this guy was standing there. This was yesterday. I just about freaked out. I could feel, listen folks, let me tell you something. I could feel in the air while I was standing there. I was like, I could feel this oppression, just people around me. I was like, man, there's like this like oppressive vibe. And it was towards me. And I'm not talking to people about any of this stuff. I'm like, hey, Mark, how's it going? Hey, what's up? You know, there's a couple people there I know from other places. And I was like, hey, how y'all doing? They're like, hey, Johnny. But they weren't really the, very, you could tell something was, it's like, hey, how's it going? Like that, and I'm like, hey, okay, whatever. So then this guy comes walking up, this dude right here, check it out. Look what's on his shirt. It says end, E-N-D, end me, and it's a baby lamb on his shirt. Let me tell you what was on the back of his shirt. I couldn't photograph it. There's too many people standing around. I'd look like a stalker. But the guy's wearing a baby sheep, a lamb. It says end me. And on the back of the shirt, you know what it said? I was like, it said seduced, accused, destroyed. That's exactly right. Seduced, accused, destroyed. Anyway, so they want the end of the sheep on this planet. That's why it's getting ready to go into the beast system. No more sheep. They don't want any sheep. They want to wipe out that other part that's within the system. No more sheep in the system. They just want the other side in the system. They want the kingdom and they don't want God in it. That's all there is to it. Okay, so let's see. There's your Aztecs. There's your Aztec opposing head dragons. Look at all that. I mean, seriously. Forward and backwards, chains of darkness. We're all in serpent skin. Here's the Ormhoxen, right? I want you to look right here. Look at this. Bronze Ormhoxen Celtic snake witch goddess. Okay, look, there's only one eye that's open. Okay, let me show you this. And because when I saw it, I'm like, wow, that's a jaguar, but it's only got one eye open. Watch this. And the one that's like the same as Rihanna. Let's see, sorry. There we go. Okay, there we go, look. So here, see this one right here? If you squint your eyes, you can see that's a cat with its mouth open. There's the ear of the cat. There's the ear of the cat. Eye. This eye's closed. There's the upper lip of the cat. There's inside the mouth of the cat. There's the bottom jaw of the cat. See it? So I just colored it in for your perception right here to make it easier for you. This is this right here. That's the Ormhoxen witch god. Okay, see that? Witch goddess, there it is. Same thing, two serpents, all the same. I mean, look, Mayan, same as the Citra Acra. Aztec, same as the Citra Acra. Guys in the center with their tongue sticking out, same as Marilyn Manson. Let's take Marilyn Manson and go stick Marilyn Manson right in the middle of, let's put Marilyn Manson right in the middle of the Mayan calendar. There you go. It's exactly what it is. No different. No different at all. So let me show you this one. This is one more I want to show you. You see this vampire snake dude right here? You see that guy? I barely went around this with, on my computer, barely outlined the open mouth. See the open mouth? See how you got one eye one way, one eye is different, one eye's like dark, one eye's light? Yeah. Okay, so here it is in its original right here. This one I just drew around the fangs and the open mouth, and I'll just go like that so you can see it. Well, they tell everybody that this is the falcon pendant from Tutankhamun. That's what they're telling you. They're lying. Well, it's not that they're lying. They just don't know what it is because they have no insight. Lord gave me insight. It's not a falcon. It's a flying fiery serpent. That is a serpent. Eye, fang, open mouth. That is not a falcon. It's a serpent. And it's like a man. The man has become a serpent. There it is. Let me show you one more thing real quick. Okay, this is my serpent folder. Let me show you something. Okay, the pharaohs, they wore those the Egyptian pharaohs. Here's Yul Brynner from the Ten Commandments. Do you know why they wore those headdresses? Let me show you why. It's a no-brainer now. Because they were the serpent people. Look, here's a serpent. Here's a cobra with a flared hood. I'm going to slide it over on that one right there. Now it's part serpent, part human. Oh, geez. Okay, sorry about that. Sometimes when I reach over, I stretch the screen with my finger and I go outside the line and hit another program. Okay, so here we go. So here is a serpent that's turned part human, and now we'll just slide him over on there. So that's what you're looking at. This is really a representation. They turn him into a serpent by wearing his crown because this is the race that he serves. There it is. He's a serpent. That's why pharaohs wore those things. Okay, this is a no-brainer now. This is just seriously a no-brainer. Doesn't require deep intellectual thought. We've got it solved. That's why Lady Gaga has a serpent on her dress. Look, watch. There you go. See the serpent on Lady Gaga's dress? I'll just draw the rudimentary image, the black serpent outline. There you go. Right on her dress. Because it's a serpent. And then what's right there on her vagina? It shows like the entry point. Remember, Cain, it's like to strike fast like a spear. There it is. There's that striking fast spear. She worships the serpent. There you go. Watch. Bam. There it is. No arguing this, folks. Not arguable. Okay. There you go. So, here. Look. The Ouroboros of feminism. Why would you have that? Anyway, so. Okay. I'm going to end it on the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty, again, the Twin Towers represented twin DNAs, Cain and Abel. They were destroyed, put in place the One World Freedom Tower because they've got their new OS body. We remember, we rebuild, we come back stronger. WWW, va va va, 666. It's Elohim from the flood, guys. That's what it is. So we're back. Okay, that's what it is. There it is. Statue of Liberty, statue of DNA, right on top of the host body system. Okay, I'm just going to leave that information with you guys. I just wanted it out. The video from last night, I'm like, no, I was too all over the place. I was jumping back and forth to the container, to other things that have happened to me, and I was putting all these things together in my head like a Labrador retriever chasing 10 tennis balls at one time. And as I was watching the video, I'm like, this is just going to confuse people. So I just put it off to the side. I just came this morning, gave you the data, so the data's out there. I'm going to take the data, I'm going to organize the data meticulously like I did that 5-hour video, and I'm going to nail this thing to the floor. This deal's done. Okay. All right, guys. Time is coming. I guarantee it. Time's coming. All right.